Yeah, Christian nationalists want to outlaw interracial marriage. And we have a government full of Christian nationalists right now. The governor of Indiana, who is also a United States senator, has explicitly said that the overturning of Roe versus Wade opens the door, as it should, according to him, to overturning Loving. He thinks it should be a states' rights issue. Now, he was walked this back since, because it was obviously quite a controversial statement when he made it. But I've seen this interview. He said he didn't understand the question, but I've seen this interview, and he is asked clarifying questions twice by that reporter, and he stands by what he says. Most people are fine with interracial marriage. Of course they are. But there is a partisan divide here. 7% of Republicans oppose interracial marriage. 2% of Democrats. More than 3 times as many Republicans oppose interracial marriage as Democrats. Christian nationalist venture capital firms are building whites-only communities across Appalachia. In Kentucky and Tennessee, one of them is called the New Founding. They've tried to take over a whole town in Tennessee. Guess who they're friends with? His wife would not be allowed to live in this place that he is friends with the founders of. Neither would his children. The efforts to overturn birthright citizenship are about keeping America white. That's what that is for. J.D. Vance has functionally said as much. What happens next? If birthright citizenship is overturned and your goal is to make America as white as possible, what's the next thing? I don't think it matters that J.D. Vance is in an interracial relationship, or Stephen Miller, or Clarence Thomas. There were a lot of very racist enslavers who thought that black women were worth nothing, who had children with black women. Being in an interracial relationship doesn't mean you aren't a white supremacist. There's a reason that Christian nationalists have continued to go after Supreme Court cases that were decided on equal protections clauses in the 14th Amendment, Roe versus Wade. And now they're talking about Griswold, which is what protects the right to contraception. You know what else was decided by the 14th Amendment, Equal Protections Clause? Loving versus Virginia. The overwhelming majority of Americans do not want this. The overwhelming majority of Republicans do not want this. But the overwhelming majority of Republicans are not in charge of the Republican Party right now.